Hi, Eureka. I have another story for you. It is The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn, illustrations by Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried, "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and she nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start." I think many of you might have felt a little nervous when you started at Eureka. "You'll make new friends," she says, "and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on the new swings. Besides," she says, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as the days at home." Raccoons go to school at night, huh? At Eureka, we don't go to school at night. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and she spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon, she smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you.' And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with the toasty, warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and she carefully wrapped those fingers around the kiss. "Now, do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry, when you open your hand and you wash your food, I promise that kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand, and now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and an "I love you," Chester turned and he danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek, and she smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you. Chester loves you. That was it. I think we've read this story many times before. Now, quick question. Why does Chester go to school at night? He's a raccoon. What is that big word that we talk about? The kind of creature that Chester is. Nocturnal. Chester's a nocturnal creature, right? And they are up at night. So that's why our friend Chester goes to school at night. So, Eureka, I will talk to you again soon. Have a good night.